Hi.
Hi. How's it going?
Well, it's a Friday.
So, it's not too bad if you made it to Friday.
It is not horrible, but it's been a very long week.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Like, I don't even remember what happened. Like, it was Tuesday. Like, it blizzard. We had a blizzard. There was tons of snow.
Yeah.
And I think that was Tuesday, and now it's Friday. And I don't know what happened in between.
Yeah. I don't remember Monday, like, at all. Like, I can't tell you anything that I did on Monday. Just out of
Neither could
sight,
I.
out of mind. I have no idea. Like, I think I wrote 2 tests that day, but I don't remember what class they were in. I don't remember what they were on. I don't even know what I got on those tests. I don't know.
Like, I don't have a clue what happened on Monday. But I remember, I think it was Tuesday, I started reading a book for school, which is like, I don't like reading books because I just don't enjoy it. I would much rather read a news article or something like something current and interesting. Um, but this book, I don't remember what it's called, it's upstairs, but it's about like Canadian history. Starts in Regina, actually, which is really nice.
That's cool.
And kind of compares Regina and Scotland. So I got to like page 12 in like a half hour, which I don't know what a good speed of reading is, nor do I really care. I just want to get through the book. But I think that was Tuesday, and then it started blizzarding as I was coming home from work, and so that hour was a mess because one, people either didn't have their snow tires on yet, and people just are stupid and don't know how to drive, especially when they're in trucks. And I had to go from one end of the city to the other, doing deliveries and pickups and things. And then I sat and watched the snow come down and saw many accidents. And then it was Wednesday, and I had to get the snowblower in the trailer, but I had to, like, because how the wind was blowing and where our house is, the snow was like a drift right up against the house and the garage door. So I had to get the snowblower out and clear a pathway to the front door, as there's like 4 feet of snow. Maybe not 4, maybe it was more like 2.5 or 3 or something, whatever. But a lot of snow anyway. And so I had to snowblow that just to get to the driveway. And then had to get my mom's car out of the way because Mike's truck was in the way. Then had to maneuver the trailer in the garage. Then had to clear out the driveway, get my car up to the trailer so I could attach it. Then I decided to go around the block just to see how bad things were and if I would even make it. And then I think I spent 15 minutes like securing the snowblower in the trailer because I haven't perfected that yet at all. And I think that was probably the longest part, was just getting the snowblower secured. And then I was on my way and went to one property and then to the next, and I think I have like 6 or 7 properties. So I started at my house at 7.
In the morning?
And finished at lunch, like 12. That's how long it took me to get through, like 7 properties. So by the end of that day, my back was hurting and I was tired. But I still had to go to work. Well, I guess I didn't have to, but yeah. And now it's Friday. So.
You want to
Fun.
hear about my first time driving in the snow and in the winter and the ice and the...
Yes.
So, okay, last year there were a lot of accidents, and like there always are accidents. First snow, first ice, blizzardness, everyone, lots of accidents.
Yeah.
Because apparently people that have lived in Regina for 12 years haven't figured out that they need to put their winter tires on like ASAP as soon as like it kind of starts to get cold, you know. I still have friends that are like, oh yeah, I haven't put all my winter tires on, and I'm like, how are you still driving? Anyways, so
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you one of those friends that hasn't put on your winter tires yet?
No.
No?
No.
The last time we spoke, you didn't have winter tires on.
Yeah, because I have all seasons, idiot.
Those are not winter tires.
Okay, well, they work. They're good enough. I don't want to spend $2,000 on tires, okay? They're fine.
Where are you buying tires?
I don't know. I know it's not actually $2,000, but you know.
Try 600.
Whatever.
Okay, continue.
Again, that's still... Okay, anyways. So I've never driven... Okay, I drove in snow. I learned how to drive in snow. Again, I drove in snow a little bit. But, like, I've never driven every single day, and I've never driven when it's been really bad. So I'm not accustomed to how to drive. Like, you know, like, I'm not stupid, you know, but, like, so I practiced driving, as you know, because I texted you, and I was like, Tegan, I drove in the snow and on the ice, and, you know.
Yeah.
But, like, nothing prepared me for Wednesday morning when I had to drive to school after the blizzard.
Yeah.
So I left like fairly early for school. I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna leave early," just, you know. And I was very nervous. And my mom, I have like a scraper and I have a shovel in my car, because you know, just in case. At least then I can shovel myself out.
Yes.
And so I back out and I got stuck in front of my house. Because how the wind blows the snow, it all piles up just in front of my house. So I back up and I get stuck. And honestly, like 2 minutes into trying to leave for school, I was like, maybe this is a sign that I should just not leave at all. You know, like walk back inside, leave my car out here stuck in the snow, just like call it a day and go watch some Christmas movies. Like, really, what am I doing? You know?
Yeah.
But my mom was like, it's fine, we'll get you out. And after, I think, 10 minutes, I got out, made it to the end of the road, end of the street. And then, you know the lights on Prince of Wales and Wascana Circle?
Yes.
Okay. So I get to those lights, and I... and it was icy, so I tried to stop and I ended up sliding, and so I'm going through this way, but like I end up like perpendicular to the lights, like my tail ended up like swinging out because I was sliding. So I wasn't in the middle of the intersection, but I was like on the line of like I'm sideways, and I swearing for like the whole red light. I was just swearing. I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Like, this is a mess. Like, it's been 15 minutes and I'm already like sideways. Anyways, it was fine. I got out. It was fantabulous. The problem is I have small car. Okay.
Yep.
And you need to like zoom through the snow or else you get stuck.
Yeah.
But when there's no snow, there's ice, and you can't zoom on the ice. So, it's a whole process. So then there was a lady that was driving really, really slow, and I was like, I need you to drive faster or else I'm gonna get stuck, and then I can't move, and then that's an issue because I don't really care about getting to school on time, but I don't really want to be stuck in the snow either. So like. Anyways, the rest of the drive was like pretty good until I made it to school. And I'm driving in front of the school, and it's like a 30 zone, but there were parents who pulled off to the side to like drop off kids, right? But then ended up getting stuck in the snow because it wasn't shoveled out yet, right?
Yeah.
So there were a lot of angry parents, yelling because they were stuck in the snow in front of Campbell. And then buses that were like, you're in my spot, and they can't move.
Yeah.
So then I tried to go into the parking lot because I thought it would be smart to park in the parking lot instead of like on where I usually park, which is in a neighborhood road, right? Because I was like, I could easily get stuck in the snow there, and that's not ideal. So I'm going to park in the parking lot instead. Except that when I tried to park and when I tried to like turn off, I ended up like hitting ice and sliding past the entrance. So I was like, it's okay, it's fine. There's another entrance, right? No biggie.
Yeah.
We'll get past the light. No big deal. There was a big deal because when I got past the light, there was a person that was stuck just after the intersection. So there was a truck in front of me that like, he was going really slow, and I was like, why are you going so slow? Like, I mean, obviously there's snow, but like, you're going really slow. And he kind of like starts like turning, and I'm like, what are you doing? That's opposite traffic. What are you doing? And I finally realized that there was a car stuck there. So he was trying to go around. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. We go around, and right in front of Massey, there is a bus that's stuck. Okay, so we have one car here, we have a bus over there, and then I go around the car, and I'm like, okay, it's fine. The bus isn't in my way. I'm just gonna like go around the car, get in the parking lot. We're good. I turn around the car, and there's 2 more cars stuck in the snow. Like, in the same block, there's a car here, a car back there, a car over there, there's a bus stuck over here, like, snow everywhere. I counted, like, 8 people that were shoveling, and then a whole lineup of cars behind the bus. Like, and then I'm like, oh darn. And these other 2 cars that were stuck were also small cars. So I was like, hey, well, if they can't get through, how am I going to get through, right? Like, now I'm sitting in the middle of the intersection with a red light, and I'm just kind of chilling there, scared to death at this point because there's so many cars stuck, and I don't know where I'm supposed to go. What am I supposed to do? Like, man, I'm just trying to go to school. I made it this far, and I can't even get in the parking lot. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not doing any good sitting here. And I see the entrance, and I'm about, like, diagonal to the entrance because I was trying to go around. So I was, like, diagonal. And it's snow. There's a lot of snow, and it's really deep. And I'm like, I'm going to get stuck. There is no way. Like, what am I going to do, right? And then I was like, you know what? We're going to wing it. So I floored it.
Mm-hmm.
And I went zoom. Like, I don't think I've ever actually floored it, but I did. And I went phew, right through all the snow, felt the snow, like, hit against the bottom of my car, and I just went phew. And I think I actually drifted, and then drifted onto the ramp, up, and then onto the ramp. It was awesome. I wish somebody recorded it because it was so great. But I made it. And then I sat in the parking lot for 7 minutes because I was just, like, shaking because I was so stressed. And it was great. The bus was still stuck there after school. Like, it was still there with its hazard. The hazard lights were still on after 7 hours. It was very funny.
So, like, after the snow, I think this was after the snow, I had come... Like, you know my block, how they've got the giant turns at the end? Yep. So I went to turn around. Thankfully, I didn't have a trailer attached. I went to turn around because cars were in my way. So I just turned the wheel and going slow, and then the rear end of Bessie decides to start swinging around to the front of Bessie. So I did... I almost did a full circle again. And I was just sitting there foot on the brakes, and I just sat there kind of spinning, and I'm like, I don't really want to relive this. And then the other time that I slid, and it kind of happened twice. This was on Wednesday after it had snowed. I was turning, you know, when you go down Arcola, and then you can turn on to College, where they set up the new lights.
Yep.
So I was turning there, and I took it wide enough that the trailer wouldn't get stuck on the curb or on the snowbank or whatever. And so I turned fine. And so I'm turning left. And I get around the corner. And then the trailer starts going right. And thankfully, I was going quickly enough that it just kind of got back on track. But, like, if it had hit the curb, I don't know what I would do, because it would have taken the car with. And that happened, like, twice in two different places. So those were kind of my big moments of, like, oh no, what do we do now?
Yeah.
And there were multiple trucks that were just, I would kind of pass them on the other side of the road, and they just kind of looked down at me like I was crazy hauling a trailer and a snowblower with a car. And I was just like, you know what? This is dedication, okay? And I didn't get stuck, so I was very happy.
It's good. You know, I've never drifted. Like, I've never gone drifting. Like, I know, like, I've been in cars where people have, like, drifted and stuff. It's kind of scary, not gonna lie. I thought I was gonna die multiple times.
Yeah.
But, like, I've never done it myself being the driver because, like, I'm sure you can think of a few reasons why I wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to buy new tires. I also don't want to wreck my car. I'm me, and I cannot do anything ever. So, not a good idea. But coming home from school the same day, I had just gotten to Wascana Circle, and I was like thinking about getting home, and I was like, oh my god, that like stupid snow in front of my house is still gonna be there, and I'm gonna get stuck again. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I was like, hey, you just have to like go fast through it, right? But you can't turn in the snow either. But the problem is that it's right in front of my house, so I have to turn onto my driveway in the snow, also going fast. So I was like, okay, whatever. Honestly, at this point, if I've made it this far, I was pretty proud of myself. And if I got stuck outside my house, like, really not the worst thing, right? Like, it's right in front of my house.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I'm like, hey, whatever, let's do it. And so I go, and I'm going through the snow super fast, and it's doing great. And I'm like, oh, darn it, like, I'm going to miss my house. So I, like, turn the car, and I, like, start drifting sideways in the snow, and then go on, and I was, like, diagonally hit my driveway, and go up my driveway, but then, you know, obviously, like, the car finally, like, caught up with my steering wheel, and I almost, like, went onto the lawn. Anyways, that was my moment of like coolness where I like drifted through the snow onto my driveway and then into my garage perfectly. Never in my life will I ever do that again. And I wish somebody took a video of it because that will never happen ever again. And I'm never going to try that. I tried to attempt it today and then I chickened out. And I was like, I'm going to run into my house, to the deer on my front lawn. I'm going to wreck something. So we're not going to do that. No, I'm like, I have 2 deer on my front lawn, and I can't hit them because those guys were big and expensive. I'm not going to do that. My mom would kill me.
Those things are very expensive.
No,
like,
I know.
Ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, I know. Like,
but like, instead of the song like Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, it would be Reindeer Got Run Over by a Cat.
I should make a parody. Yeah. So I felt very cool. After I got out of the driveway, I was like, oh, So that's what it feels like to be that. Great. Drifting. Let's go. Did it. Accomplishment. Like, take it off my bucket list, you know? Just went drifting. Check.
I haven't actually drifted, although I have gone mudding. And so then I was on the way to Saskatoon. I don't know if I told you about this, but apparently there was a ton of mud in my wheels. And so that's why my car was shaking the entire way there and the entire way back. And so I took it to my mechanic, and he was just like, you know, you probably shouldn't be taking an Impala off-roading, because I think he said there was like, I don't know if he was exaggerating or not, but he said there was like 50 pounds of mud on each tire. So I guess there will be no more mudding, but it was fun. Like, I'd do it again. But yeah, snow is something else.
Really is. Really is.
But I mean, you can have fun in it.
That's true. Like, once you get over the initial shock of it and understand it, then, like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, well, and once you get a feel for your vehicle of, like, how it stops and how you can turn and whatever, then it's a lot better.
Like, how much, like, you should turn it, how much pressure, how much all that. Yeah, then it's, like, not that bad, but...
Yeah, I had... Like, everywhere, the snow is kind of piled to the side. So when you have to turn right onto a road, you have to go over the snow. And so I was doing a delivery this evening, and it was near Dewdney. And so I had to go around the block once because I thought, oh, well, I can park there. And then I get there, and I'm kind of going through the snow, and I'm like, yeah, this is way too deep, because the bottom of my car was scraping. So as I put my foot down, and traction control and whatever kicks in as I have my wheel turned to try and get out of it so I don't get stuck. And so then the turn is coming up, and I'm like, okay, well, now I have to stop. So eventually I got out of that and then turn, but it was just like, why don't they have people to come clear this, like, more out of the way? Because it's in a designated parking spot. So you'd think that they would have that cleared, but...
Yeah.
But either way, it was fun to go flying through it.
That's the problem with snow and small cars, is you can't really stop.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, if you stop, you're screwed. Like, once you stop, you're not going anywhere after that. So,
yeah.
I dropped Sydney off that Wednesday. And I was driving out of her neighborhood. Oh my God, I forgot the word for that. And I'm going onto a main road, and there's a yield sign. And right in front of the yield sign is, like, just a giant pile of snow. And, like, lots of tire tracks in it, but, like, not definitive tire tracks, and just lots of snow everywhere. And so I'm like, I can't yield, and I can't even slow down because I will get stuck. Like, there was so much snow. So I kind of didn't stop at all, and I just... Whoops. I mean, I, like, kind of half checked, but I was like, I don't want to get stuck. So just, like, gunned it. Like, it worked. So
well,
I'm becoming a much more aggressive driver in the snow and breaking lots of rules in the snow. It's been great.
But you kind of have to. Like, the amount of red lights that I've gone through in these past couple days, like, I think I went through 2 or 3 in all of last winter. And I went through 5 or 6 just this winter. Yeah. And I have winter tires. Like, I go slow enough that you should be able to stop, but because so many people have driven on the roads, it's now ice under the snow. So you put your foot on the brakes, ABS kicks in. You're coming to a stop, you're coming to the stop. because you know that it's going to change to red. And then you hit a patch of ice and you just whew
Yeah.
as the light turns red, and it's just like, now I have to floor it and get out of here. And there were about 5 people that went through a red light that has a red light camera, and I was just like, I wonder if the city like gives
Really
a pardon.
does.
Like,
Yeah.
I wonder if they do actually give a pardon for when you can't stop.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, I also, like, because I was also speeding in a school zone the first morning because, like, not many people had driven on the road and there was lots of snow and I was like, I can't go 30. Like, I went 35, 40-ish. Like, I didn't go more than 40. But I was like, I could feel my car kind of starting to get stuck and I was like, I need to go because if I don't, because then I'm stuck in a school zone, which is probably much worse than like speeding through the school zone. And like, I don't think I've tried to make full stops, but I've hit so many like ice patches and then just like slid right through it and been like, whatever.
Yeah.
I think that I can't speak for anything, but I mean, I hope they do give pardons because I feel like it's more of a problem if you don't stop. I mean, if you try to stop and you end up sliding through or something, right? Like, it's safer if you know that you can't stop to just keep going through the red light, right? Especially if it just turns red. Like, if it's been red for a while and you're just going through it because that's not, but, like,
Yeah, I think it's worse if you try to slow down and stop, and then you slide through as you're still trying to stop, and then you stop in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah.
And then have to get going again when there's still ice, so you can't actually get going. So it's just,
like, that's way worse.
so
Yeah,
much
or
easier
you
just
like
to go,
slide through the intersection and you try to stop and you lose control and you hit someone or you hit something or another car or anything. Like, like, if you have control over the car and you're like, hey, I can't slow down and I'm just going to gun it through the red light, then I mean, that's probably your safest option,
Yeah.
And I don't know how long that really, like, if they do have a pardon, I don't know how long it lasts. I mean, I'm assuming until, like, people can actually stop and then they realize, okay, like,
Yeah, as soon as the city can get their sanding trucks out and sort that all away, but...
Yeah. It just takes a little bit of time for everything to kind of get going,
Yeah, well, and there's a budget that they have to follow, and I think they have, like, a 5-step plan. So, like, number 1 is your main drags. Number 2 is maybe the highways or something, and then number 3 is, like, I don't know, side streets or something. And then I think 4th or 5th is residential areas. But then there's the budget that they have to follow, and so I guess they set an amount for the entire season. And I think what happened, or what has happened in prior years, is that they'll kind of go through their budget, and then there'll be a big snowfall in like January or whenever, and there won't be much left in the budget, so then they have to like scramble to figure out, well, how are we going to get this done and whatever. And then they have to try and figure out where they can move funds from one budget to the next. So
yeah. I mean, because, like, road safety and being able to drive is, like, crucial to everyone's safety. Because if you can't drive properly and everyone just gets in accidents, then that's, like...
Yeah,
it's not good.
No, and it doesn't help when people don't know how to drive and don't drive for the conditions. And they're just like, oh, well, I'm just going to go the speed limit. No, because then you're going to slide into somebody, like, idiot.
Yeah.
Like, I think yesterday there were about... I counted 2 that just about slid into my rear end. And so I've kind of learned that if you're the first one before an intersection and you can stop at a red light, leave enough space so that if somebody hits you from behind, you don't just go sliding right into the intersection.
Yeah.
And then if you get behind somebody, leave enough space between the two of you so that if somebody comes sliding up behind you, you can slide forward a bit so that you can try and prevent them from hitting you. or lessen the damage. And so I noticed that people will stop behind me closer than I would like them to be. So then I'll move forward because the person behind them has stopped. So I know that, but by whatever it's called, if somebody hits the person behind them and then hits that person, they might not come sliding into me. So I can move forward and then we won't hit the person in front of me.
Yeah.
But the people that are behind me don't follow that rule of, like, don't come right up behind somebody. So I'll move forward and then they'll also move forward. And it's like, I didn't move forward so that you could move forward. I moved forward to give more space between you and me.
Yeah.
So people are annoying and stupid.
Yeah.
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 Winter driving is fun.
Oh, yeah. Real fun. It's been 3 days, and I already hate it.
See, I can't say that I hate it, because I like the snow. I like driving in the snow. I just don't like when there's so much ice.
Yeah,
Like,
no, the
driving
ice
in the
is
snow
just...
is fine.
Yeah, snow is fine. Ice, nah, no bueno. Or, like, I don't like it when it's, like, blizzarding. That was not fun. Yeah. The winds, no thanks. No thanks.
Well, and when you get, like, the snow tornadoes and you can't see through them, and people don't drive with their lights on so that you can see them.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, I have just come to the fact that I'm just going to flash people either when they don't use their signal lights or if they don't have their lights on and it's, like, very low visibility. Like, turn your lights on so that people can see you.
Yeah, like, it's just not safe. Yeah, I was driving, it was Tuesday night, and, we were in, like, midst of the storm, and it was, like, bad. But I had to leave to get gas, because it was either I was going to go Tuesday night and get gas, or I could possibly run out of gas Wednesday. And as you know how much of a mess Wednesday was, I was like, I'm not risking the chance of running out of gas. Just not going to do it. So I was like, hey, I'll risk it Tuesday night, and I'm just going to go, and it's going to suck, but I'm just going to go get gas. And there was a person that, like, did not turn their lights on. And it was, like, 5:30 maybe, but at 5:30, it getting pretty dark. And it was in the middle, it was dark-ish, you know? Blizzard outside. Low visibility, the winds are super high, the snow was falling, like... It was icy, it was snowy, it was just not good driving conditions. And this person didn't have their lights on, they didn't signal, like, at all. And then to make it even worse, as I'm following them, like, there were people that were jaywalking in all black clothing.
Yeah.
In the dark.
Yeah.
Going for walks outside in the blizzard in all black clothing. With no lights on, nothing. Like, how am I supposed to see you? How?
Yeah.
How? Like, I can barely see where I'm driving, let alone you jaywalking across the street in all black clothing. Not to diss black clothing, but at night in the middle of a blizzard, it is not ideal. Yeah. Not ideal. Like, wear some lights, some, like... buy like $1.50 of those, like, you know, like glow sticks, or like, I don't know, like, just make it up. Like, I don't want to hit you. You're not making it easy for me. I was so freaked out.
Yeah. And it doesn't help when, like, the roads are full of snow and they can barely walk.
Yeah, like, first of all, why the heck are you going for a walk in the blizzard? Like, who decided that was... Like, I get it, we're Canadian. I get it. And I get it that it's, like, snowing outside and you don't want to be stuck inside all day. Please, just don't... For the love of God, walk in circles around your house. I don't care. Open a window. Just don't go outside. Don't go outside. It's like, how can you even walk outside? It is so icy. Like, I die every single time I try to walk. I'm like, whoop, like, in the driveway.
Aren't you glad you don't take the bus anymore?
Yes and no. No, I'm not glad because now I actually have to drive myself, and that's a lot scarier than the bus driver driving. Yes, because lots of buses got canceled and I wouldn't have been able to like get to school, or they would have been delayed, or they would have gotten stuck, or so, you know.
Yeah. Fun times.
There was a lady as I was leaving school that had like full snow pants on, that had a shovel and was trying to dig out the bus. The bus with nobody in it. Like, the bus driver had left. There was nobody in the bus. The bus doors were open. The yield lights were still on, just flashing.
Yeah.
And she was trying to dig out the bus. Oh my god.
Maybe she thought she was going to push it.
Yeah. The whole bus. With the whole bus by herself. Like, you know, woman power, love it. I love to see it. You know,
Yeah.
I love nice acts of kindness. You know, I get it. But there's no one on that bus, honey. There's no reason for you to try to, like, move it.
Save it for the tow truck.
Yeah, like, it's a whole city bus, man. Like, it's not going anywhere. Plus, we were fine without it. People were just going around. It was fine. Like, just, like... Oh, my God. Winter, am I right?
Yeah. Although I am excited because now we can, well, provided it doesn't melt away in the next couple days, but we can go and make the video that I wanted to make. We can even include drifting if you'd like.
I don't know how to drift. I honestly like don't know how people do it.
Well, generally they start with a rear-wheel drive car, which is not what we have. Or all-wheel drive.
Oh, I don't think I have that either.
No, we have front-wheel drive, so only the front tires spin. But like all the trucks that like would sit on ice and try and get going, and their ass end would come sliding into you as your front end is sliding into the car beside you. Yeah.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But I do kind of want to go sledding. And we're pretty sure that Bailey is part husky, so I kind of, like, he's got a harness, so I kind of just want to, like, hook him up and sit in one of our sleds and have him just, like, run me down the block.
That sounds kind of fun. I kind of want to do that.
Well, that, or I would just, like, take him over to the arena in our area and just kind of let him run around there. But they generally put, like, and make it ice. So, wouldn't be good for him, but on the road I'm sure would be fine.
Yeah, they were selling hot chocolate at school. Which on one hand, you're like, oh, yeah, that's smart. As soon as it starts blizzarding and it's cold outside, let's sell hot chocolate. Only, like, the first day that they were selling it was Wednesday. And, of course, like, half the school wasn't there, right? Because when it was blizzarding, some people just decided not to come to school. So, you know.
Yeah.
Wasn't ideal target marketing time, you know. It got better Thursday because then everyone was at school. But I got hot chocolate today. And it was good, and it was scalding hot. I think I actually like hurt my tongue because it was so hot. And
Were they?
I had to wait 20 minutes for it to be like regular hot, not like burning my mouth hot. Like, I get it, it's hot chocolate, but it's like that was a weapon. Like if you would toss that on someone, you could like burn someone seriously.
Yeah. Were they only accepting cash?
Yeah, they don't have machines. At least not that I know of. I didn't see any, and I think it was just cash. I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't have been able to buy any if I was still there. Like, who carries cash around anymore? Other than, like, boomers.
I have a lot of cash on me right now.
Why?
I don't know, because I panic and like there I don't know, because I always have cash. Just in case. What if you need to pay someone off? What are you gonna do? Like e-transfer them? Like
Or you could just let them kill you because the world
what if
sucks.
you have to buy drugs and you have to do like illegal stuff? Like you need cash.
What are you doing now?
Now, are you insinuating that I have done illegal? That I have done illegal stuff? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't know. Have you?
I don't know. That's for me to know and for you to guess.
Okay. Well, I will hope one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess ponder the other, maybe.
Okay. Good luck with that.
Well, tomorrow's Saturday.
'Tis Saturday tomorrow.
Yeah. Like, this week has been exhausting. Like, I'm just
I
tired.
agree.
Like, done with everything. Like, I just kind of want to not leave my bed. Like, I want to be in a coma for the next maybe 3 days
Yeah.
and not have anything to do. Because, yeah, we could finish this now and I could probably go to bed.
Wow, it's already 7:51.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck? Since when?
Right now.
Yeah.
Oh, was it your midterms this week?
Last week actually.
Oh. We were having our midterm reports this week, and so we got our report cards. I haven't looked at it because I'm just like, I already have an idea, and I know how many I am behind, so this is like irrelevant information. And then it's like parent-teacher connections next week.
Oof.
And so I was just like
Woof.
telling, yeah, like waste of time. And so I was just kind of telling my mom, like, you already know how many assignments I am behind. Like,
What's the point of it?
yeah, like other than to like talk to the teachers, which I don't even talk to the teachers. Like, I have not. I had a phone call with like one for like 2 minutes, and it could have gone on longer, but I just kind of said, I'm kind of at work right now. And she's just like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then like hung up. And that was in like the first week of September when we had started. And I have not talked to any of them since. I've just been trying to get my crap done. But also, like, work is like super busy. Like, between the property management and like all the snow that we've had this week, as well as stuff at the office, it's just like, oh, God. So like there's like little time for school when everybody's just like, oh well, like school should be our priority. No, I don't think so. Like I don't feel like I'm gaining anything from it. Other than what everybody says is, oh well, you need your diploma. For what? Like, I have no after high school plans, really. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just done with it all.
think someone wrote on the board that we had like 135 more days of this semester, which is scary to me. Like, that's half the year already in 135 days. And there was 20 days until winter break.
How is that?
I don't know.
Like, are they counting weekends as well as winter
I don't think
break?
so. It's just school days.
Okay, but even that, like, there's December. Let's give me a calendar somewhere. Like, we've got more school days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 33, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I kind of lost count, but like there really aren't that many more days, are there?
No.
Like that seems like a ridiculous amount.
It's kind of scary. I don't know. Like 20 days until winter break. How many school days? That is not a lot.
No, and I have a bunch of assignments to catch up on.
Yeah, so you better get on it, Tegan.
I know. I just don't have the brain for it. Nor the want. Like, I just want to be done with it all. But I think next semester is going to be a lot easier because it's just one class of, like, useless information. So that's English. And then accounting and interior design. So accounting, I'm actually interested and want to learn something from. And then interior design is kind of like my one fun class of like, it might be a waste of time. I might learn something. I don't care.
Yep.
Either is an acceptable outcome here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is my name really Hello?
Yes. I was wondering if you got frustrated at it and just wrote a random word in there.
I didn't even know that until just now. I don't know. I think my sister used this computer when she had like online school and stuff. And I don't think it has been used that frequently since then. Like since like last year. So
Yeah.
that's all her. That is not me. I take no part in not being able to write my name. It's not me. I'm just sitting here and it's like hello. I'm like hello?
You know, when we recorded last and I like got it all put into Final Cut and ready to export, like editing it was fine. And like I try and cut out like certain bits of like where there's just air or like when there's just like a random hum and one of us isn't talking or whatever, I try and like lower the volume on that. So I have to split out, or like when I clear my throat, because nobody needs to listen to that. So I like make a split in the audio and then lower that. And then, so like the timeline for the hour-long thing is like full of there's at least 50 cuts in my audio timeline. And then when there's just blank spaces of air where we're not talking for more than like 3 or maybe 5 seconds or whatever, I don't remember, I'll like make a split there, and then it'll just kind of jump over to when we start talking again. And not professionally either, but like I just make the cuts, so then you have to try and make sure that all the audio matches, and sometimes it doesn't. And so I think I spent 3 hours trying to get everything to just work together after making all the cuts, and then I got it exported, which took a week, by the way.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Why did it? That's so
I don't know.
stupid.
It was like 5 days. Like I started it on the Sunday because I had finished editing on Saturday. Started it on Sunday, and it was done Thursday night through the middle of the night. So I woke up Friday. No, maybe it was. I don't remember. But like it had finished, and I was like, okay, finally. So then I kind of pick a point to see if there was anything wrong, because at this point I'm like, okay, well, it's already late. And at this time, I had already uploaded the audio. And then at like the 33-minute mark, my audio I forgot to put one of them down. So it was like an echo of like my mic audio as well as the audio from the video. So it was like an echo for like 5-10 seconds or whatever. And I was just like, oh, for fuck's sakes. So I was like, oh, well, that means the actual podcast has that too. So then I was like scrambling to try and this is it's like 6 a.m. as I'm trying to like figure this out when my brain is not fully functioning. And so I ended up re-exporting just the audio after I had fixed that one section, and then had gone back and tried to export it again. And so left it for about an hour thinking, okay, well, maybe there was just a glitch before, because I had tried a couple of different things on 2 different computers just to see if one had an issue over the other, or like whatever. So that wasn't the problem. Never did figure that out. I'm still wondering what the issue was to this day, other than maybe
To this day, week later.
Yeah. Other than maybe like not having enough RAM, because it was like full. So I thought maybe that, and then I was like, okay, well, now do I have to go start saving for another computer, which not the end of the world, but I just got one in March after one of them broke, and then spent $100 to fix that and arguing with Apple. But anyway, I got it to export in, I think it took a half hour, which is more like the normal time. Sometimes it'll take like 2 hours, which is whatever. And sometimes it'll take only 30 minutes. So I was just like, why? Like, why did it take more than 72 hours for it to do it the first time? And then now this time it's just like, okay. I don't understand.
I don't know.
So I can't. Anyway. Well, I guess we can end it here.
After Tegan's long rant of how difficult his life is, we're going to end it here on a positive, cherry on top note.
Of?
Yeah. So I told my mom that, like, what did you say the average age of viewers were? Like, 49 to 53 or something?
Something around that, yeah.
Yeah. Like, just really, yeah, it was, yeah. And she found it really funny. And then also that most of the listeners were from Germany. I find that really funny. I don't know why, but I find that really funny. Also, I don't know anyone who, like, would, other than Anna. Anna is literally, like, the only person that actually listens to this that I know of. And not that I go around telling people to listen, because I don't want people to listen to this. Nobody wants to hear this. No one wants to listen to me talk for half an hour. Like, even I don't want to do that. Even I don't listen to the podcasts.
Yeah. My grandparents had discovered YouTube on their TV last week. And so they were wondering, well, what's on this? Because they also discovered Netflix. And I was like, oh, well, for Netflix, you have to pay to watch all the movies and TV shows on there. So then they were like, well, what's YouTube then? And I just kind of explained it as like people that make videos and post it for entertainment. And it's more directed at like people our age and 20s, whatever. And so then I made the mistake of mentioning that the podcast is on there. And so they both kind of looked at each other and asked what it was called. And I said, oh, well, we don't have to look that up now. Because I was like, I don't really want to be there if you two are going to watch it. Like, I have to hear my own voice editing it. I don't want to have to hear it again. So I don't know if they're going to, like, watch it or not. And...
I need to tell you, I just thought of this, and I thought of it before, but, you know, since you like all the, like, tech editing stuff, too, we recorded stuff, the choir did, and I was in a small group of people that recorded stuff too, but we recorded songs for the Remembrance Day program. Because instead of it being like ceremonies like it was before, it's just like an online Google Slides presentation sort of thing, and then every individual class did it on their own. Yeah. But then we had like choir songs, like recordings. So here we are, Sunday night at Campbell, singing, recording. It was actually kind of nice. I actually really liked it. We're done in an hour, and then I like froze my butt off to record something else outside. So anyways, they turned out great, except for when I went, we had not seen their recording of the full choir yet until, okay, let me tell you, nerves are something else when you have to sit and watch yourself sing a solo in front of the whole school where everyone was watching this, but I was also sitting there like, okay, not only am I watching it, but I'm watching everyone else watch it. Yeah. Like, I'm looking around the room and seeing other people's reaction to me singing. Like, it's horrible. I hate it. I hate it so much. Anyways, but the full choir recording, whoever edited it, put like a cut, like a change of camera angle, like a full blackout change of camera angle every 2 seconds. Every 2 seconds in a 4.5 minute video. I could not watch it. Like 2 minutes in, I couldn't watch it anymore because it hurt my head watching all the cuts and blackouts. Because it would like cut to a different angle, but it wouldn't just like cut. It would like go like black and then cut. And there were even parts where the screen was completely black, but we were still singing in the background. And it was also at the climax of the song too. And I was like, why is it a black screen at the climax of the song? Like, this is not the part for it to be a black screen, right? And then also, like, at the end, they didn't fade out the recording. So it was just like, the screen blacked out super quick, but then we were still fading as a choir. We were still fading out, and it was just like black screen, and it was still fading out. And I'm like, this is so awkward to watch. It also sucks because like the quality of the editing did not match the quality of our song and the quality of like the audio recording. Like, it was just horrible to look at and horrible to watch. And I was like, my head was hurting, and I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. It just kind of wrecks the whole experience of it. And I was like, who the heck edited that? Like, you know, sure, like, I wouldn't have even cared if it was just like one angle the whole 4.5 minutes. Like, that would have been better than like every 2 seconds a cut. Like, holy.
Yeah, I have noticed in some, because like normal people like us will make videos on YouTube, so I'll watch one of just a person, like an educational video or whatever. And so you either have the ones that'll make like the cheesy transitions where it'll do like a cube turnover or whatever that's more like a presentation thing. Or you'll have the ones where it'll just like that, where it'll just cut and end abruptly and doesn't look nice at all.
No.
So it's just like a trying to figure out what transitions to use and how to use them properly so that it doesn't look crappy.
Yeah. And it was really annoying, honestly, because I was watching it. Like, we put in a lot of work to record it, to all be there. Like, we set, like, the auditorium had, like, lights on the ground, and we had, like, we brought in a pianist, and there was a cellist, and it's like everyone was wearing all black masks, poppies. We even had candles. Like, it was all timed, and there was, like, a professional, like voice, like, recording for all the audio, and then it gets all put together with this crappy editing. Sorry to whoever edited it. Like, really, like, I appreciate people putting in the work, but, like, it didn't hit the standards that it needed to, and it kind of just let down everything, right? Because then I couldn't watch it, I couldn't listen to it because my head hurt from watching it, and it was very frustrating. So Miss Scott and Mr. Friesen, our choir directors, they fixed it and then posted it on YouTube again, but, like, it kind of sucked that the whole school had to watch the crappy version rather than it being the quality that it needed to be, you know? It's very frustrating. So.
Yeah.
And to also think that, like, everyone also agreed on that. Everyone that I talked to agreed that it shouldn't have been edited like that. So why in a school of, like, over 1,000 students, why was that person in charge of editing it? Like, I could have edited it. Like, I wouldn't have mind editing it. Right? Like, and everyone that I know would have not done that either. So it's, like, very frustrating that, like, there's so many other talented people, not saying that I'm talented, but, like, I know that there are people that are literally in classes for that specific thing, and yet we came with this product? Like, how does that work? You know, like, we had an audio technician, we had multiple camera people, and, like, the whole nine, like, the whole everything. Like, so that's what we got? Like, you know, I don't know, sorry, just ranting, but it's frustrating.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah.
I thought we were ending on a good note here.
Yeah, no, it still is not a good note. Anyways, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, even though it's winter, you were probably still within 6 feet of a spider.
I hate you. Why would you say that? No, I don't know.
There's our good note.
Okay, bye. Get out of my sight. I don't want to look at you anymore. I hate you so much right now. Okay, bye.
All right. Well, goodbye, everybody.
Okay, bye.